Welcome to another episode of Succulent Plant Care. In this video, we are going to explore growing succulents in grow bags. To be more exact, comparing two newly rooted Portulacaria Afra, aka elephant bush. In this experiment, we'll be using exactly the same soil, almost exactly the same maturity, almost exactly the same water regimen, and almost exactly the same sunlight. And then we'll see what happens. So I've been wanting to create a bonsai, and a few months ago I believe I posted a video about the beginnings of a bonsai. This is the two cuttings that I put in this terracotta pot. I had some modification, but that's very minor. But right now it's been, let me see here, I did note this down. I clipped both of this from the mother plant around January 9th of 2021, and I planted them in around January 12th, 2021, and I examined it around March 28th, about 2.5 months later, and both have rooted. And around April 10th, new leaves started to sprout out, and a week later one of the stems started to push out leaves, and about a week later the second one started to push out leaves. So right now they're all acclimated with this soil, which is what we're using. It's a bonsai jack for succulents, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in taking a look. So right now it's pushing out a lot of small leaves, new leaves, but this plant, this soil doesn't have any fertilizer, so I'm gonna be adding that today. The other thing that I wanted to do is I've been reading up a lot about how to make the the branch or the stem or the trunk thicker. So as you can see, this is like really thin. You're probably about slightly about 0.5 or slightly bigger than 0.5 centimeters. So they're about that small, and I cut this both of these cuttings at the same time, planted in the same time, the same pot. So right now, I've been reading about to be able to get your trunk really thick. It's either you put it in a bigger pot or put it on the ground, since we live in a place without real garden space. So that's not an option. So bigger pot is an option. I actually bought a really big pot, but decided maybe that's not a good idea because we don't have much space here. So but as I go through my research, I found out that grow bags can actually promote root production and better what you call this nutrient and water absorption. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. So I make it an experiment. So basically, I'll transplant one of these guys into this grow bag here. Now, this grow bag I bought from Amazon. I'll put the link below as well. This one is the cheapest one from one of the companies, and it's about I think $27 for about 50 of them. And I bought a few that are slightly more expensive. So, but I'm not gonna go through that right now. But for now, I'm gonna try to do this and give you an update every month, if possible, to see which one is actually doing better. I'll leave one of them here on a regular terracotta pot, and one of them I'm gonna be moving it here, and I'm also gonna add fertilizer for both of them, so to promote growth, right? And water them regularly. As much as possible, I'm probably gonna water them at the same time, so that everything is kind of like almost the same environment except for the pot, right? So in a few months we'll see which one is growing better, and eventually I might just move them out and see how the root structure is. So be sure to subscribe, so that when that video comes out a few months from now, you will be able to see that, right? So let me show you the actual size of this one. This is actually a 1 gallon, but I fold it up about halfway down because I just want to mimic the size of this terracotta pot. So it's gonna probably contain a little, slightly more soil, just slightly, but I won't fill it up. But this one I'll try to fill it up, so as close as possible, right? The environment. So let me show you the one that wasn't folded up. So the one that I bought is this one. It's about 27 bucks, and it looks like this. This is the whole bundle. You can see that's about 50, and then this is one of them. Yeah, so it's a very thin fabric, and basically it's rated to last around 15 to 20 months. So I think it might stay longer for me because as you know, succulents, we don't water it as much, right? So for probably every 2 days, 3 days, depending on the soil. So that will last a little slightly longer, right? But we'll see. How long this lasts. If once the experiment is done, once, let's say, we figure that one of them have double the size, maybe this one double the size, I'll quit the testing on the terracotta pot and move the other one to a grow bag like this one. Okay, so yeah, so let's get started. Feel free to slow down the video. I'm gonna speed it up as I work through this. All right, so all right. This is so today is April 23rd. Today is April 23rd. So this is about so January 12th to April 23rd. So that's about February, March, April, 3.5 months. It's about 3.5 months. This is how much root it created. 3.5 months. And I started the process. I started the process in, this is late winter. It's winter in January, right? So look at how much the roots are. Okay, and then for the other one, yeah, I didn't want to disturb the other one, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna let me remove it. So here we go. Let me just hold this up like this. 3.5 months. February, March, and April. About 3.5 months. Not much roots. Alright, so yeah, and I have broken up quite a bit of roots here just by removing them. Alright, so let me put them aside, and then we're gonna put them back here. One for the terracotta pot and one in the grow bag. So this is the Osmocote that I'm using to fertilize this. So this is rated around 2 gallons, 1 cup per 2 gallons, but this is approximately half a gallon, and my grow bag is about half a gallon, so I'm gonna only use half, and then split it between the two. Okay. I'm glad that I did it now because, you know, as they grow bigger, it's gonna be very tight in that one pot, right? And I'm not gonna be able to separate them. It's gonna be hard, even harder. Right now it's already hard because the root has grown quite a bit. The roots. All right, I'm gonna put back one of them, and then we're gonna pot the other one in the grow bag. So actually, before we do that, let's just examine. So it looks like all the root system came out of the last node here. The last node. See, the last node here is all root below that. So it didn't even grow here, but it's all buried. These are all buried. So it's only growing there, but from the looks of it, it's also growing from the sides, from the stem itself, from the segment. So not only the node, but it grew quite a bit here. So, and then mostly at the bottom. So yeah, all right. And let's look at this other one. Yeah, so it looks like the same. It looks like it grew from the bottom, the very bottom. But yeah, it grew upwards. So right now, the segment has a lot more roots showing within the segment. But I guess the longest one was on the side here. It's hard to see now with all the roots in there. So yeah. All right. So let's repot this. So let me see. So this is quite long. So I'm gonna grow the trunk thicker and then start styling it, you know, when it reaches that point, right? All right. So I'm gonna keep putting like really high now so that it has a chance to grow a lot of roots. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this barbecue sticks to kind of like hold it down. All right. So we'll see if that works. All right. So this is how much soil we were putting in there. It's also the same soil as that one. It's a bonsai jack succulent soil. All right. So I'm gonna put it in here, put the Osmo coat, mix it a little bit, and put the plant in. All right. All right, guys. So what do you guys think? If you do you think this one will grow faster, or do you think this one will grow faster? The terracotta pot or the grow bag? So please comment below. Yeah, so I think we're done here. I just wanted to give you a quick update here. It's been about 3 months, and as you can see, the Portulacaria Afra growing on the right with the red arrow is growing quite a bit. I added some more soil to make it more compact, and also placed the grow bag inside the white pot to make sure it does not fall on its side, and also, you know, to provide it a good lift so that the bottom of the grow bag isn't sitting on excess stagnant water. You know, but and you can see, unfortunately, the other one in the terracotta pot slowed down a little bit. There are still a few new leaves that is growing, but it slowed down quite a bit. Anyways, if you learn something in this video, please hit the like button. It will really help us with YouTube's algorithm. And subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you, and happy gardening.